If you're new here, I'm Kaniti, and if you're already watching my One Piece Chill channel, welcome back. Today we are going to read the latest chapter of One Piece, number 1154. So of course, spoiler alert if you're not up to date with manga, but let's see what this chapter has. Let's go. Okay, the chapter is called I Can't Even Die. Very morbid. And we have Onichild Yamata and the Holy Nari Shrine Pilgrimage, volume 38, at the grave of a hero born in West Blue and brought up in Ring. Oh wait, this is Zora's ancestor, right? Shimatsuki Ushimaru? I think it was pretty much stated this is Zora's ancestor, born in West Blue and brought up in Ring. This is a really nice cover page. But yeah, there's not much to say about it. Yamato is jumping on some huge apple, looking really cute, and Ulti is rushing forward, very excited, and Kiko is just smiling gently. Okay, very nice. It just makes me think again about like how I wished maybe there was a bit of more of a focus on Zora and kind of his backstory, his ancestry in the one arc. I understand we had a lot of other things to focus on, but we had so much on Sanji and Whole Cake that I was kind of hoping we would get more on Zora in Wano, and we kind of didn't, and I'm a bit sad about it. But okay, let's move on with the chapter. Elbaf's past. 63 years ago, Lord Yarul, wait, it says Lord Yorul, but is it a misspelling or is it another person? Yarul, the oldest man in the present day, lost his partner. Okay, so there was Yarul and Yorul. Cascade Beard Yorul was struck down dead by the hands of a certain young girl. Big Mom. Her name was Charlotte Linlin, a mere human, yet I'm not sure about that. Yet she left a large part of a giant village in ruins. She would later go on to become an emperor, earning the epithet Big Mom. I remember her backstory really well. I was kind of hoping for a second is going to be a little bit more to it. Again, this Big Mom's backstory, it was heavily implied that she ate all of her friends, including that lady that was not actually her friend and was like selling them off as slaves in the end or something like that. I don't remember it perfectly. But there was never any moment where Big Mom actually remembered this, that I was expecting that there will be a moment like this and some character development thanks to that, some huge shock from that realization. And I'm thinking like, oh, okay, we are talking about Big Mom. Maybe there's going to be a little more of details, but no, there's just a mention on it of it. Then we just move on. That same year, Elbaf faced a string of tragedies. It was calamity after calamity. Holy shit, they can't catch a break. Sudden fires, windstorms, and bitter cold waves devastated the crops. Oh, cold waves? What is this? I guess a lot of cold temperatures. The abnormal weather also brought fishing to a halt. This once magnificent land had fallen into famine. Holy shit. Well, technically you can fish on ice, but I guess if that's like unnatural cold, maybe fish was not prepared for it and that. I don't know. Also, see, like the fishermen are basically being frozen alive almost, I feel like, here at this panel. So maybe that was also like, they were not prepared for this kind of cold. They never had it in their area. Now do you see? Oh, this lady is still talking. This is all that child's doing. This land was cursed because you all failed to kill it immediately. No, surely it's just a coincidence. Is it the same captain that is always talking to her in these little panels? Crash. Oh, he's trying to get to his mom. That is so sad. Yeah, he's staring at me. Prince Loki. Yeah, I think, look at him. He has this happy face. He's like, gah, running to her. Take it away. Don't ever let that monster near me again. She screams and he is obviously heartbroken. Why? Prince Loki, you have to keep away from your mother's room. Oh my gosh, look at this. He is so much bigger than those gods, and he is a little teeny baby. That's a crazy panel. Gouge out those monstrous eyes. If left unchecked, his curse will. Holy shit, gouge out the eyes? What the fuck? Okay. If left unchecked, his curse will grow till it brings about the nation's collapse. I mean, holy shit. Like, you can understand, yeah, he looks a little bit abnormal, but her reaction is like so over the top, which, I mean, it fits for her character. What little we saw of her, it completely fits, but saying such horrific things also, like, gouge out its eyes, holy shit. And I think it really represents how it feels for a kid to not be loved by their mom. Recently, I had to read a Wikipedia page about a serial killer because I was translating a book and he was mentioned, and I wanted to translate this sentence correctly and figure out what exactly happened. So I went through this story, and it kind of clicked that I had to read some other stories about other serial killers before, and I was curious, and I noticed there is a pattern. Most of them had either like problematic relationship with their mom, or usually it's always a mom, maybe dad isn't even in the picture, or he's also very problematic, abusive, etc. But oftentimes it's something with their mom. One serial killer, his mom was very abusive, and in the end I think he even killed her, and cut out her tongue. And when he was asked about this after he was apprehended, he said he just couldn't take it for her to like speak anymore because she was saying such apparently wild shit about him. So I really felt like this is the thing, because usually when we are little, we are taught love by our mom. Usually our mom is the person who spends most time with us, cares about us, loves us, and if we are taught this love, then we can really process it and then give love in return. And if we are not taught this kind of love, we are only taught this hate and abuse and hurt, this is what we are going to replicate in our life. So as I said before, if she was loving to Loki, he would grow up a lot differently. We don't know how like bad of a person he technically is right now, but there are stories in Elbaf about him, and apparently he was not being a good person. And I feel like it is directly, like we are being shown now why. Okay, let's move on after my little TED talk. Wow, I'm hungry. Sorry, sweetie, that was the last bit of bread we had. Okay, that's a sudden shift. What is going on here? You're going raving? Did I miss something? We could easily steal what we need from the humans. Okay, I guess this is the continuation of what we were told, that Elbaf faced a string of tragedies, their land had fallen into famine, they couldn't fish. So I guess this is the story we are continuing here. We don't have any food, like what do? We could easily steal what we need from the humans. Ain't that how it's always been in Elbaf's history? Don't be ridiculous. A senseless raid on them would only bring shame to Elbaf. That's the law of the land now. Yeah, and as we know, like the King Harald, he was trying to establish connections with other countries. If we just go and raid them, it's kind of going to fuck up everything. What about trade though? If human countries, they have food, we on Elbaf also have something we could trade for food. Those bastards from Hunter's village are attacking. What are they? It seems they've hit other villages too. Quick, arm yourselves. Don't let them loot the village. So they just decided to loot themselves. But internal giant struggles weren't unheard of. Okay, I see. During desperate times, so they were attacking each other in search of some food. Oof. But these incidents only resulted in making the period more severe and bloody. And on this little frame, we see that evidently they did kill each other in these attacks, because we see a bloodied ox and arm of a corpse, I assume, lying on the ground. The country was engulfed in chaos and misery. I heard a rumor about that princeling born in the castle. He is cursed, and the bitterness festered as spirits broke. So, obviously, in times like this, people are trying to find the cause, like why is this happening, what is the reason, and they can unfairly put the blame on something or someone that is not actually the reason. Maybe the reason could be completely natural and not connected to Loki at all, it's just very unlucky. But for them, they're like, why is this happening? Oh, it's this cursed prince, right? And it can turn all the people against him. Hey, wait! Hey, Hyrudin! Your brother doomed this country with his curse. As his elder brother, you'll take responsibility as a sacrifice. Okay, this took an unexpected turn. So poor Hyrudin is here with his mom. They're also cold and hungry and everything. But holy shit, way to spin it. Like, you can't get to the castle, you can't get to Loki. So you find Hyrudin, who is here in free access, and you're like, okay, so you are going to that. How that going to help things? Interesting logic. What are you talking about? Don't you know my son is a cutie who's gonna be the world's longest living man? Wait, this is a sudden longest living man? Okay. Can it either? You're nothing but an outsider who seduced Harold. Okay, this is your true feelings. That is so horrible. Go to hell. I love this country. Oh my gosh. Is this how she dies, to some random dude? Because she's not around, she must be dead. Don't you lay a finger on my mom. Hyrudin is trying to protect her. Okay, there's a huge double page. King Harald. Wait, he came right... How? Okay, perfect timing. So Harald swoops in and just destroys this dude, I assume. You can't even recognize him anymore. He is a pancake. He is completely flat and daddy. King Harald, Ida, for some reason, also calls him King Harald. I think she would just call him Harald. Brothers, you must not fight amongst each other, Harald is saying. The king? Yeah, I guess he was also like out of the country because he's traveling a lot and trying to fix the relationships and the bridges between Elbaf and other countries. But now he came back and just like a perfect moment. Word reached me about Loki's birth and the recent famine. See, he was out of the country for this whole time. I was building a rapport with various nations. When the news came, our allies acted without hesitation. They loaded tons, oh my gosh, okay, tons of food and supplies to be shipped here. See, they couldn't do anything because their king wasn't here, but he was actually already working on the issue. As I suggested trading, but his allies just were willing to help just like that. Humans may be small in stature, but not will. Our allied nations came together to ensure that we got enough to truly fill and satiate our giant bellies. Yeah, and imagine, like, humans, they're going to have this so little food compared to what giants need, technically, right? We will graciously accept the aid, dig in and fill your hearts with gratitude. And we have a whole fleet. Just regular unnamed ships, no like specific details that we could recognize, I think, or anything. Yeah, I don't think so, just regular ships. Harald, how are we supposed to dock on the island? Yeah, haha, it's as big as you'd expect. If these good folk are ever in a pinch, oh, they already got their food and they're eating. That's cute. Wait, I wonder if I think it's the same. Like, look, a few pages ago, there was a little panel of mom with her kid, where the kid was crying, "Oh, I'm hungry," and she was like, "Sorry, sweetie, that was the last bit of bread we had." And you can see like her pigtails. Then you go here and you see, I think, the same woman with these pigtails and same kid. Now the kid is eating happily, and I think they are actually eating bread, which is okay. I hope they have something else as well. But this is a cute detail. If these good folk are ever in a pinch, it will be our job to return the favor with all our might. Yeah, because they came together to help us and give us food. So we have to remember this favor. Remember, this tiny world is ours to share. That is beautiful. Queen Estrid continued to publicly declare that the plagues suffered by Elbaf were brought on by the accursed prince, right up until the eye of Harald's return. She denounced her son with bitter hatred until her final anguished breath. And we have, I assume, something like a funeral for her with her huge portrait with black ribbons, and Harold is actually crying, even though I bet he spent like 5 minutes with her and didn't really enjoy her company, I bet. But still, she's dead, so, and this is the mother of his child, so it's natural, I guess, to cry. And then he is excited to meet his son, but why his eyes? Why Loki's eyes are bandaged? Is it to not shock Harald? I think he would be more accepting than Estrid. Naturally, the people believed her passing was part of the curse. Okay, adding on to it. I don't know. I feel like, why did she pass? It was said she got some illness. It didn't specify what. But soon after birth, she was going to just go back home. But then she fell ill immediately. I don't know, maybe this is some kind of post-birth complications, and she actually died from that, which is pretty realistic. I think, Loki, my son, he was born with a condition that affects his eyes. Others are explaining, well, he could see, but, so king's servants or guards or whatever, they are trying to hide the fact that Loki has a little bit of a weird eyes. So they are lying to Harald, like, that he has a bad condition with his eyes, he can barely see, so you can't take off this bandage, I understand, what a pity. He can't even smile for me. I guess it makes sense. He did just lose his mother. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, and Loki was trying to reach his mom. She wasn't answering, and already a little bit of time has passed. So maybe that's also an indication. Either it's because, like, how he's supposed to know that this is his dad. He wasn't here when Loki was born. It's just some dude holding him up. With the mom, he feels that connection, and she was there when he was born, obviously. But also maybe because Loki didn't receive that love from his mom, he already kind of subconsciously thinking, okay, there's no point in like smiling and laughing and trying to reach for an adult, because they are not going to respond anyway. At only a few months old, Loki had given up on love! Oh my gosh, yeah, Oda Sensei just said it. Yeah, that is so sad. Wait, at only a few months old, that was so quick. Loki had given up on... Oh my gosh, this is heartbreaking. You sure have a lot of scrapes. No, those are... these... scrapes, this is something new, because he did crawl out basically on the face of the mountain. Obviously there would be scrapes, but some time has passed. Those would heal by now, so this must be like some kind of new scrapes. Harald's diplomacy soon started to bear fruit, and Elbaf's winter finally came to a close. Branch Route 1, that's right, it will help build inter-village trade and communication. So before that was just like, well, there are some villages and stuff, but now we actually have numbers for branch routes, and we are improving something like inside Elbaf as well in terms of communication between the villages. Restoring the fractured nation and venturing across the seas continued to be prioritized, while other things became an afterthought. Estrid's older brother was appointed as Loki's personal steward, and we can see this man following Loki and just saying, freak! Okay. Imagine being an adult person and just coming up to a little kid and calling them a freak. Like, what the fuck has to be wrong with you? Holy shit. But also, I think this text tells us that Harald, maybe there was a chance. Yeah, Loki had given up on love, but he was only a few months old. If Harald did swoop in and maybe start spending time with his son, start showing that love, that could have helped. But he was focused on developing the country, developing the relationship between the countries, and he was like, well, the kid will kind of grow up by himself somehow. And well, that's actually how they did it. I think in aristocracy in previous eras, right, they would have their kids and they wouldn't really take care of them much. There would be some nannies, there would be some like servants taking care of the kids, and actual king and queen, they would be like maybe at best coming at night to say good night, to kiss them on the forehead or something like that, so yeah, there's Harald also kind of failed, you could say, with Loki here. This is the realm of the dead. Isn't it dangerous here? Hyrule is asking. The coastline keeps this area separated, so the beasts won't come near. So what are we talking about? You're so cute when you're worried, it is saying. See, and Hyrule was growing up in a very loving household. He didn't see his dad often, but his mom was always here and she was very, very loving. And now I'm thinking maybe that's also, like, you see, she's like extra loving, very, very much, which can also be overwhelming, by the way. But I think this is just also to make this huge stark contrast how much Hyrule was loved and how Loki wasn't loved at all, right? And due to this, two brothers grew up very differently and grew up to be very different people. And okay, see, now she's pinching his cheeks and he's mad about this. Don't you have training with Elba from West Village? You should head back. This is Ida's tavern, you hear? Fishermen, castaways, and even pirates. I'm ready for any and all customers. She has her own tavern. With any luck, I'll be of help to Harald. I think she just opened it recently. That is so cute. Look at her. Okay, this is adorable. 56 years ago, Jarl's house. You were at the scene of the reverie incident, Harald. Yeah, my friend was one of the invited kings. He smuggled me in as one of his gods. I couldn't ask the questions I wanted to without blowing my cover. Okay, so as they are kind of not part of this world government friend group, they cannot officially attend the reverie, but he managed to at least listen to like what's been discussed 56 years ago. If that murder hadn't happened, I might have been exposed. 56 years ago, what murder exactly? Oh no, I'll have to Google this, I think. Or wait, what if it's something that wasn't told before? Let's finish the chapter first. If you were caught, all this would be the least of your worries. Haven't you heard the tale of the Galera Warhammer Company? What? Great Hammer Battalion? Furigana might be a spin of Galila. They're that gruff troop of giant shipwrights that arm themselves with worm hammers, right? I thought they were just a myth. No, they existed. They really did travel far and wide, sending letters back to Elbaf. But I guess it ended badly for them. I received the final letter myself. Okay, so that was like in his time. It said they don't all been captured. Can you believe it? Over 100 warriors were taken prisoner, including ancient giants. Wait, Galila. We have Galila Company, like right now, at Water 7, that builds ships. And yeah, we visited, yeah, that's where I remember the name from. We visited it in Water 7. but Galera Warhammer Company. So I guess this is just to make a little parallel here. You think the world government was responsible? There's no doubt that they once faced a great enemy. However, they sank deep into the ocean at a certain point in history. To be blunt, there's probably a deeper reason why your ideals haven't worked out, and it has nothing to do with you. Lingering animosity, huh? Okay, there's a lot of info. Does Yarul just imply there is this animosity between giants and humans? That's why it's difficult for your ideals to work out? These are just rumors, but I also heard a story about a frozen army of giants somewhere. It seems our people are regarded as enemies of the larger world. Clearly, but I've already resolved to face any hurdle. Yeah, I think Yarul is just saying in general, you see, there was a group of our shipwrights. They were captured and they possibly sank into the ocean. And obviously they were seen as danger, as something bad and dangerous, basically, right, by humans. And then there's a frozen army of giants somewhere, so it must mean, and you seen for yourself, like how you met Ida, for example, humans are scared of giants. That's why it's hard for you to mend these bridges, because there is a lot of this lingering animosity. Frozen giants. You mean like in Punk Hazard? There was something like this. Okay. Prince Loki, I know you cursed. That's a lot of information. I need time to process it. Prince Loki, I know you cursed. You cursed? Maybe you are cursed. And you killed my little sister, Prince Loki. What is going on? So this horrible steward, Astrid's older brother, who is calling Loki freak, he is now talking, you killed my little sister. Why there's a heart in the end? Prince Loki, what's next? This is... Okay, now we just go to the next page. We don't really see... Wait, this is a double page. Wait, this is the double page, I think. I'm supposed to start from the right. So he's continuing. Now let's see what kind of garbage we'll be serving up today. Oh, the horse of fortune died. Oh, the steward's body was in the realm of the dead. But now Loki is kind of smiling. You know what? This steward, he just continued this hatred train for Loki, worsening the situation and evidently also giving him shitty food. Then the horse of fortune died. Well, you know, horses don't live forever. That could be natural. But then we can assume that Stuart continued, like, you killed your mom, you killed the horse, you are torturing the country, you are, like, all the problems combined. And Loki gets mad about this and is actually taking revenge. And... committed murder, but, it kind of, I feel like it is plausible that Stuart's body was found in the realm of the dead, and we know Loki has this connection with the realm of the dead, which also we could find, like, oh, he was thrown in that realm of the dead right after his birth. Maybe that's how this kind of connection started. But then we know now he's kind of friends with the beasts that live in there, so maybe the idea was somehow he pushed that Stuart in the realm of the dead, and then the beasts just, finished the business. I feel like we see here in the panels Loki growing up, but he is not smiling in the first and the second, but he's smiling slightly in the third. So I think that is quite incriminating. 48 years before present day. Okay. The villages drew closer in terms of trade and identity, and the nation stood together. And Harald looks very proud on this frame. My dream is to join hands with many other countries around the planet, for the giant race to be welcome all over the grand world. Okay, this is great ambition. King Harald is so cool. He's changed so much. He's gonna be a king who will go down in history. Yeah, he matured a lot, and a lot of it is thanks to Ida. Well, you look thrilled, Hyrule. Is it cause you're illegitimate? Prince Loki is the true heir, right? You're just an illegitimate throwaway. Right, his eyes are bandaged. That is true. That's why I don't remember his demonic eyes. Because even now, at the present, I completely forgot. His eyes were just bandaged. That's why I don't remember them looking in any specific way. He just spent all his life like that. How does he... He has to literally go blind, even though he is not. I'm just like... We were in this flashback for a while, and my brain just wiped the fact that he was always in the... Okay, I'm sorry, but yeah. In any case, now the bullying starts, because yeah, there's still this rumor of Loki being cursed, but now the country is doing better. So on a bigger scale, no one is really trying to put blame on Loki, so to say, and I feel like a lot of stuff was a lot of kind of being kept hush because when we saw all these pages when the country was at its lowest, there was only like a slight rumor of this cursed prince in the castle, and now that his eyes are hidden, nobody's really thinking anything, just a normal kid, okay, with some eye problems, but that's pretty normal, that happens, born with an eye condition. So now Loki is also bullying Hyrule. He's smiling here happily, and like his guards, I think, are mainly doing the bullying, but I guess Loki is compliant here. You're just an illegitimate throwaway. And I think it also could be explained for Loki to feel better about himself, because he was being told that he is a freak, he is horrible, he is cursed, so he is now basically giving back the same energy, and he's trying to feel better about himself. Yeah, maybe like I'm a host, but at least I'm a legitimate son and you are illegitimate, This is a disaster. King Harald is already left on his voyage. They are coming. Close the doors and get the children inside. Loki, driven by scorn, unleashed chaos onto Elbaf, and he has his own crew, so to say. Wait, is this just his I think these are just his monsters from the realm of the dead. Because here before there are some gods bullying Hyrule, but now that Loki is attacking the village, it's not the guards, it's only these huge monsters along with him. Maybe the only creatures that have given him some kind of love. Beat them all up, guys. This is Elbaf, the world's strongest country. We don't need weaklings here. Yeah, that's kind of expected now, right? But also there is a little parallel, like how we met Harald in the beginning of the flashback, how he was a menace before he found love, and that made him mature. So I think this is still the same theme of love going through this arc. Harald was like this, then he found Ida, he found love in his heart, and that made him want to reach out to other countries, to be kind, which are also like all forms and consequences of love. But here we have Loki, who didn't have any love, and that's why he is like that. But it also gives us hope, because we met Harald like this, and he did mature. So now seeing this parallel with Loki, it makes you think, so this is an implication that if Loki does find love in any form, then he can also grow up and mature and become a kind-hearted person. And friendship is also a form of love. So maybe if someone like Luffy gives him that love of friendship, that can change Loki for the better. This is, holy shit, this is a really interesting theme. He laughed at the feeble as they ran. Oh my gosh, there's some poor woman and old grandma. Oh my gosh, this poor kitty. It looks kind of happy meowing. Hey, Loki. Dad went through hell to rebuild this village. Hyrule is yelling. Huh? You think you get to call my father Dad? And Loki is like, big girls. I don't get why everyone respects him. He's dumb for trying to play nice with those human insects. And obviously he wouldn't have love for the dead who never spent time with him, basically. That's crap. We should all try to see from each other's perspective, Khairuddin is saying. Don't get cocky just because you're big. Oh, and see, repeating these words, basically that Ida told to Harald. Being cocky is my right. I am the prince. Don't you dare talk back to me, runt. And Loki just, ooh, ouch, hurts him with his huge club. Khairuddin, stay back, Gerd. He'll think you are his friend. Loki will hit you next. Oh my gosh, these are them little. That's so cute. We are his friends, you dummy. Khairuddin, are you okay? He needs first aid. See, this is the love of friendship being shown here. Something that Loki also does not have. You see, he has an angry reaction precisely because of that. Ha ha ha, you're so pathetic, I could puke, Khairuddin. And now he's saying this in an effort to retaliate, to kind of take this away from Khairuddin in a way, you know? You're just a group of weaklings huddling together. It's cause your mom's filthy blood. Ooh, that's horrible. Oh, look at them, so tiny and cute. Young master, that's going too far. He's still the son of the king, the god is saying. He's also a prince. Don't call him a prince. Loki spread pain, and he obviously clubs his gods too. And Loki spread pain and destruction, but nothing he did filled the hole in his own heart. Isn't again the same poor woman with that kid that was starving, that got bread, then now held by Loki? Holy shit, they can't catch a break. I can't even die. Oh, so that's where the scrapes come from. Loki did try again and again to jump off in the realm of the dead, but it didn't work, and he's ugly crying in here. This is really interesting. This is also continuing the pattern, like his mom basically did the same, and now he's just continuing trying to do this. It's also probably how his connection to realm of the dead continued, and how he met all of these monsters residing in the realm of the dead, because he kept trying to suicide jumping into this realm, didn't work out, and then he had to get up from there, so he spent a lot of time there in the end. But also these pages really show his hurt and how he's trying to deal with it. He is obviously jealous or envious, like what word is better to use, of Khairuddin, because Khairuddin has loving mother. Khairuddin has friends who are standing up for him, and Loki, he doesn't really have anyone aside from these animals in the realm of the dead, right? And the guards only support him because he's a prince, like they're supposed to, you know. So he doesn't have any real friends. It's like giants. I can't say humans, so you mean giants friends. And yeah, that is really, oh my gosh. Okay. And this is also the name of the chapter, I Can't Even Die. And this is a tragedy. He doesn't have love in his life. He retaliates because of that. He can bring only hurt because he doesn't know love. And he doesn't have love for himself. So he's trying to end his own life, but it's just not working. What the fuck? Wait, but this is so unexpected, dude. I just started the page. It's the last page. I was thinking it's going to be something like about Loki or something. Holy shit, what do I see? This is a double page, and I can't help but see this Rox Dixie Beck reveal. Future captain of the Rock Spire. I mean, I should start from upper right, but I can't help it. I see him. He is here. It's his design. Wait. Okay, let's start. What's the deal with this island? Where's the welcome committee? So he came to the island. He went through the realm of the dead. Loki's here crying right after the previous page. Oh, and the animals are angry. at Xebec because like some unknown person came here. Oh, we found one. Look, it's a giant whelp. This is definitely Elbaf, and Loki is here without his bandage, so his eyes can clearly be seen. Ha ha ha. Oh wait, his laugh. Gee ha ha ha. This brat's got one hell of a devil face. Oh my gosh. I know he's a giant, but isn't he a bit too big? Hey kid, why are you crying? And they actually like, look, Whitebeard is here showing some compassion. Not like, ew, what's wrong with your fucking eyes? But hey, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Even though, well, is this Shiki, I suppose? Saying like this brat got one hell of a devil's face, which I think is not really nice. We have, okay, wait a second. Yeah, that's Shiki, I think. That's Whitebeard. Wait, this must be Stasi, I think. Let me think. Harold spotted this. Wait a second, I can't read the text, I'm looking at them. Man, this is crazy. Alright, kid, you better say yes to both these questions, Rox is saying. I ain't the type that takes no for an answer, future captain. Father of Emperor Blackbeard, yes. He looks very much like Blackbeard, like literally same face. I mean, what did I expect? But also his hair looks crazy. It's almost like there's a lightning coming through his eye, and his hair also has, you know, this Frankenstein look. Or like he played with electricity and he got shot by electricity and now he has this kind of hair. First off, this is Elbaf, land of the giants. Yeah, so that we have to ask yes to this question. Yes. Second, we'll find Harold here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wait, there was also other. Wait, what? Harold spotted this particular man 8 years ago during the reverie. He single kill. Okay, this is the murder they were talking about. Rox Dixiebeck single-handedly killed a Navy HQ admiral and vanished without a trace. This feat earned him a massive bounty and the government's ire. And now Xebec wants to talk to Harold. Okay, this is a crazy last page. I was like, what? That was so unexpected. I don't know. I feel like I've been waiting for his reveal. So now it feels like it came so suddenly that I just can't process this. Okay, this was a huge chapter. I felt like this was a very long read in the end because I was talking so much. There was so much to say. I feel like now I just want to go and write an essay about the themes of love in this arc because this is just huge. But then suddenly we get Rox Dixiebeck looks a reveal and I'm like, now my thoughts are full of this. Okay, I think this is a good place to end it. This was a fantastic chapter, very interesting. Please share your thoughts in the comments as well as your favorite moment. I don't know, this last page, it's kind of hard to beat. I mean, the chapter was great, a lot of interesting moments, but I'm sorry, Rox Dixiebeck reveal. Can you beat that? I don't think so. Though the panel with Loki crying and saying I can't even die, and that panel saying that Loki gave up on love, which was very sad. There were a lot of impactful moments. But yeah, what is your favorite moment? Please share it in the comments down below. But that would be it for today. So thank you for watching and see ya.